Hi everyone, this is your girl Opsy Baby and you're welcome to my channel Locks and Chronicles. If it's your first time, I do talk about social work. On rare occasions, I showcase my locks and I take you through my journey as an immigrant in the UK, and sometimes I do this with my family. We also like to travel. So that's mainly what you can expect on this channel. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe. I would love to have you here. Thank you. So today's video is about the NHS bursary for social workers. I have to throw in this disclaimer. I do not know how much you will be paid, how much grant you might get, how much bursary you might get. I cannot say for sure. I think it's also means tested, and it's definitely based on different circumstances for people. I'm offering to tell you how much I was paid when I was studying social work, but I cannot guarantee that this will be your own bursary. So I'll give you a background into my family so that you know, so that I can explain what I got. So when I studied social work, my husband was not working. He just come back from Nigeria into the UK. So he wasn't working. We have got 2 children. We had 2 children already when I was studying social work, both under 18. So that's kind of the circumstance of my family. So my children were both in primary school when I started studying social work, and I had to put them in a school club, after school club. I had to use childcare. So again, that's to give you another idea into the circumstances of my life and my family when I started studying social work. So I know what you really want to know is how much I was paid. So how much was I paid when I was studying social work by the NHS, NHS BSA. That's how the money applies in my account. So for those 2 years, I was paid a total of about £27,500, roughly. So that means for each year, do the maths, it would have been about roughly 14,000. Not up to 14,000, but that's how much we got each year. So this is a lot higher than nursing. Yeah, this is in one way studying social work is actually really better than nursing. So how did they actually pay this money? Not all the money came to me. Some of the money went directly to, no, it was paid to me actually, but I had to pay to the, the child care, which was the school at that time, the primary school. So what they did was, I think they covered about 80% or 85% of the child care, and I had to add the 15%, obviously from what they were paying me, to balance the child care, but they covered most of it. So some of the money went actually to childcare. Because my husband was not working, they paid an allowance for me having a partner that was not working. Or all of these deposits we did not get at the same time. So I think they mainly divided these payments quarterly. So we will get a lump sum every quarter, and that's how they divided the money. They spread the money through the years. 2 years I did a master's, so they spread the money. So each year, as I said, I got about half of the money spread quarterly. So was this money enough for a family of 4? No, it wasn't, enough. But before I went to study social work, we had some savings that we put away. My husband also had some savings that he put away. So we were able to dip into our savings. I'm not gonna lie, I did have to use my credit card quite a lot as well. So we did have to use credit cards quite a lot to get by, which I'm really thankful for. So even though I said this money was not enough to take us through these years, it was so good that we got this money. Another thing that I got that I'm really thankful for, from the University of Warwick, was that they paid half of our tuition. So the NHS Bursary paid half of the tuition directly to the university. That's not part of this £27,000 at all. They paid half of the tuition directly to the university, and then the University of Warwick paid the remaining half of our tuition. So I didn't have to pay any fees to the uni for studying social work. So whatever money we had coming in, we just had to manage. We had to just cut our coat according to our cloth. So that's how we managed. And yeah, even though this money, you know, it doesn't look like enough for a family of four, as I said, we got by. It's a lot better than studying nursing now. I think you only get paid 5,000. So we got much more than that, more than even double of that. And I didn't have any student loan. This is the juice of how much money the NHS Bursary, you know, gave to me and my family when I studied social work. You know why I'm coming to tell you this? Before I resigned from my job that I was doing then to study social work, I wanted to know how much it was likely that I would get. There was no way of finding out. I asked one or two people that I was close to then that I knew were studying social work or that had studied social work. Nobody wanted to give me this information. They just kept telling me the circumstances different from mine, so therefore it would not be applicable. Yeah, I understand that, but I just wanted to have an idea whether what I was going to be granted in terms of bursary was going to be able to see my family through, you know, before resigning from my job. So in the end, when I resigned, it was just like throwing myself and my family into the deep end where I had no idea how much money we were going to be able to live on. So it was just this sheer determination to study social work and encouragement by my husband that made me do it. Otherwise, I would have been so scared of not being able to afford our basic needs that I wouldn't even have gone into it. So this is why I'm sharing it with you, and hopefully it's going to help one or two people make their decision. Obviously, no two people have the same circumstances. So whilst I'm giving you an idea, please tread carefully, knowing that, you know, your situation might definitely be different from mine. You might get more and you might get less. So that's how much money I got from the NHS and how my tuition was funded, you know, and how we went through, how I went through studying social work. Because the truth is, I barely worked. If I could count the number of shifts I did in those 2 years, I'm not sure they would have been up to 10. Maybe I can remember like 4 shifts, maybe 2 in one holiday and 2 in another holiday period, because every time we had a break from uni, there was always so much assignment to submit whenever we were back that I couldn't even work. It was so hard, so difficult to work. So I just want to commend the international students who work through studying social work and still coming out in flying colors. I mean, you guys are just awesome. I think you're just great. So yeah, that's how I went through studying social work without paying a dime. I was sponsored. I had the bursary and another funding. I'll talk about that in another video, but that's mainly the funding that we had to study social work. I say we, I mean myself and my family. We all did it together, but that's mainly the money I had to study social work. If you've enjoyed this video or if it's helped you in any way, leave a comment, let me know. Like this video, share it, because someone might just need to hear this. So please share this video with someone who might need it, or share it on your socials. I really would appreciate that. If you have any question, leave your comments on this video. If it's more private, leave your comment first on YouTube so that YouTube knows that this video is relevant, and then come to me on my Instagram, Logs and Chronicles. I try to answer as many questions as I can, and I eventually get to every question if you are patient. So yeah, come to me on Logs and Chronicles on Instagram and ask your private questions. So thank you so much for watching. Again, like, share, leave a comment, turn on your notification, subscribe if you haven't. Yeah, you know, just do all the good stuff. And till I come your way next time, remember that I really do love you. Be good. Bye.